All right, good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you may be listening from. This is Royal Motion International, and my name is Coach Mo. I welcome you all. I welcome you all. All right, so this evening we are going to be looking at the RQTMI templates, understanding RQTMI template because a lot are still finding it difficult to understand how to make use of the template. Now, the template is just for an easy duplication, just a copy and paste so that you can use it based on your capital. Remember, RoyalQ, RoyalQ is a semi-automated bot, a semi-artificial intelligence bot, meaning you have to give it instructions and it will use the instruction, give it to it to trade for you. Now, the instruction is the settings. So you need to have the right settings to ensure you can make a good use of your bot. So RQTMI have a template that you can easily duplicate from and use it with your bot based on your capital. All right, so permit me to quickly share my screen so that we can get into it as soon as possible. Just give me a second, please. I'm about to share my screen. I believe you all can see my screen. Please, if you cannot see my screen if you cannot see my screen, please let me see a yes on the chat. Let me see a yes. If you all can see my screen, let me see a yes on the chat. Awesome, okay. All right, so the first thing you need to do in order for you to be able to make use of these templates without having any challenge is by installing an app called WPS Office. Now, WPS Office can be found on Play Store and also Apple Store. All depends on the phone you use. Once you find WPS, you need to install it and then you open it with this template. So we are going to be looking into three settings here because what we are going to be looking into is called the one-shot strategy. And for the one-shot strategy, what we use is RQTMI Magic 1 settings or Magic 3 settings, RQTMI Magic 3 settings, and RQTMI Magic 5 settings. You can see we have RQTMI Magic 1 down to 8. It is because this template has settings both for the bull market and also for the bear market. But you all already know by now that we are in the bull market. So what we are going to be making use of here from this template is settings for the bull market, which is RQTMI Magic 1, 3, and 5. So let's head to RQTMI Magic 1. Let's head to RQTMI Magic 1. Now, this is Magic 1 settings. If you look closely, you'll notice something here at the top. It says, okay, hold on, let me change the color. It says minimum capital. Minimum capital is what? $320. This means for you to be able to use RQTMI Magic 1 settings, you need a minimum capital of $320. So anything from $320 and above, you can make use of these settings. But how do you get the right settings based on your capital? Because you need to impute the amount here on this template to generate the settings for you. So how do you do it the right way? Now, pay attention, please. Pay attention. In order for you to use the capital the right way to generate the right settings for you, let's assuming you have $450, or no, let's put it this way. You want to trade 3 coins. Remember, Algorithm recommends you to trade minimum of 3 coins. Minimum of 3 coins, maximum 10 coins. So let's assuming you have a capital to trade 3 coins. That will be, you have about, let's say you have $1,000 now. You have $1,000 and you want to trade. You don't know, you're confused which of the settings you are to use. What you simply need to do is to head to your calculator. Now, this is it. I want to make this, oh my, I want to make this explanation as easy as I can so that everybody will understand all what I've been saying. So let me say this, okay. All right, now this is my calculator. Let's assume you want to use $1,000 to trade, but you don't know which settings you are to use. This is what you simply do. You write 1,000 divided by 3, because remember we said minimum we recommend, highly recommend is what? 3 coins, and maximum 10 coins if you're using magic. If you're using the one-shot strategy, minimum 3 coins, maximum 10 coins. So in this case, all I'll have to do is to go to my calculator and divide 3 from 1,000, and it gives me what? $333, meaning that you are allocating $333 per coin. So let's head back to the templates. We are heading back to the template. Now, this is the template. What do we have to do here? All you need to do is to minus your capital, your trading capital per coin, which is 333. You minus it from 20. So you see 333 minus 20. When you say 333 minus 20, it gives you what? 313 USDT. So you edit this remark. This is where you have to put what you got after you minus the first buy. What is the first buy? This is the first buy, and you can see it is 20. So you are to minus the 333 from 20, which is the first buy, and it gave me, after I did the calculation, it gave me 313. That is why I have 313 here. All you need to do is just double tap and edit. You double tap and then you edit and you write 313. 313, okay? Once you write 313, for us to be sure that we are correct, you go down and check under the margin configuration and check multiple buying ratio. You'll find out that the total capital here is 333. This means that what? I am correct. If you don't get the total capital you want to allocate per trade, then you are not doing it the right way. So this is how you confirm if you are right. So with this now, this tells you that your settings is correct. All you need to do is to go to your RoyalQ and then you impute these settings one after the other, just the way it is on this template. You can see from the top, we have what? Starting from the risk type. So let's go to my RoyalQ so that I see what I mean. Let's go to my RoyalQ so that you see what I mean. Now, this is my RoyalQ. You have to go to mine. Mine, where is mine? Mine is at the bottom right of my screen. You tap on mine. In case you guys cannot see mine, this is mine. You tap on mine. And you go down and you tap on my strategy settings. My strategy settings. Now, this my strategy settings is a template on RoyalQ where you can save your settings so that you can make use of it to trade. When picking a coin, you can just load that settings on that coin and trade it with the settings. That is why it's very important you always save your settings so that you don't have to put in your settings every time you want to enter a trade. So let's tap on my strategy settings and let's see what happens. You can see it brought me up to this page. The next thing I am to do here is what? You tap on the plus icon at the top right of your screen. Now, this is the plus icon. So you tap on it. Once you tap on it, it opens up this page. Now, this is the exact page you find on that template. Remember, the beginning is risk type. So what is the risk type on the template? Let's go back to the template. We can see the risk type says what? Radical, use radical. Use radical. You can see. So let's go back again and change this to radical. You can see we have radical, we have conservative, we have steady. So I'll change it to radical. Why? Because we want it to be aggressive. Radical means you want, once the market is moving up or bumping, it should be quickly buying and selling for you. That is, it should go radically. So it should be aggressive. That is what it means. That's why we use radical. So radical is what we have to use based on what we have on the template. Now, in this case, for the remark, please take note. For the remark on Royal Q, what you are to input here is a description of your settings, meaning what would you want to name your settings? I always prefer to do this by giving it a name based on the capital amount I want to use to save the settings. In this case, it is what? $333. So I'll just go here and tap on the column and write what? $333 capital. Simple. That is what this remark is for on the Royal Q, not on the template. Remember, on the template for Magic One, you are to minus the capital from the first buy, which is 20. That was how we got 313, and that was what we impute on the remark on the template to generate the settings for us. But in this case for Royal Q, when you're saving the settings, the remark here is a description you give to the settings. That is why I wrote $333 capital. I hope this is understood. Now let's move on to the next. The next is what? The first buy in amount. What is the first buy in amount? Now, let's go back to the templates again. You can see the first buy in amount is 20. You go back again and you write what? You write 20. Open position double, we don't use that. First buy amount is the first amount that will be used from your capital to start a trade. Let's assume you want to enter a trade now and you've successfully set up the trade and you tap on start or activate to start the trade. The first amount that will be used to buy that coin you want to trade is what is referred to as the first buy amount, or FBA. So that is 20. So 20 will be deducted from your capital once that trade picks up. So it is 20 on the template, so we have to write 20 here, okay? Because we are duplicating what we have on the template. Open position double, we don't use it. Why? Because it will have to be doubling your first buy amount. So we don't need that. We already have our settings to use, so we don't need that. That is why it is stated on the template that what? Don't enable. But as you can see, it's already switched off, so we don't need to do anything here. Let's move on to the next. Now, the next is what? AI margin call. For AI margin call, it is enabled, okay? But on the template, it says what? Don't enable. So all we just need to do is tap on it, just a one-click tap, it will be turned off. You can see it's turned off. It is turned off. Please, if you are all following up with what I'm saying, let me see a yes on the chat. If you are following up with what I am saying, let me see a yes on the chat. Let me see a yes on the chat, please. Okay, I can see somebody asking for the name of the app you are to use with the template. Please, WPS Office. Let me write it boldly here so that I cannot see it. WPS Office. Don't use Excel. If you use Excel, you won't be able to edit it. You have issues with it. So use WPS Office to open the template with it. All right, so yes, I can see everyone here is saying yes, yes, yes. So let's proceed, please. All right, now the next now is what? Margin call limit. Margin call limit. What is the margin call limit on the template? Let's check it out and see what we have to use. Now, on the margin call limit, you can see it says what? Use 20. Now, margin call limit is the number of margin calls in the trade we open for you, meaning that let's say you want to buy a product from 20 different shops. Now, that is what it means. You buy from this shop, you go to another shop, you buy at a different price, you go to another shop, buy at a different price, and that is what it is referred to as margin call limit here. So it will distribute your capital in 20 buys, okay, in 20 buys. So by the time it buys 20 buys, then it means that your capital will be used up on that coin to buy that coin. So we go back to the what? To the Royal Q templates, and then you change this 7 to what? To 20. Simple. What is the next? The next is hold position take profit ratio. We check again on the template. What does it tell us to use? 3%. And you go back and change this 1.3% to 3. Please, this 3% can be changed based on your trade. If you're using Signal, it says use 2%, you can change it. But we just want to use 3% based on the default. But once you want to enter a trade, make sure you use the right take profit percentage. You can edit it. So take note about that. But for now, let's leave it on 3%. Now, this hold position take profit is what controls the first buy, first to the fourth call. So any amount you use to buy the first buy down to the fourth call, it takes it as a single entity. So when it is selling, it gives you 3%. Let's say, for example, $120 was used to buy the first buy down to the fourth call. When it is selling, it will sell and give you 3% of $120. And when you say 3% of $120 is $3.6. So that is what it will give you. Please take note, that is what this hold position take profit ratio stands for. I will see explain further as we proceed. Hold position take profit callback. Let's take, for example, you enter a trade and it is supposed to sell at, you enter a trade and the price you enter that trade from was $2. And it was supposed to sell at $2.35 and give you profit. But something happened. There was a spike in the market and it went up above the 2.35 and went up to about 2.45. Royal Q will not sell. It will be holding on to that position until when there is a pullback. Until when there is a pullback or callback. Pullback and callback is the same thing here. Of what? 0.01%, because on the template it says use 0.01%. That is when it will now sell and give you the profit, meaning you are making more than what you are to use, or sorry, it is making more than what was projected on the trade. 3% was projected, but the price spiked up. Royal Q will not sell. It will be waiting for that coin to have a pullback or callback of 0.01%. Why we use 0.01% is for the trade to quickly sell and take the profit, meaning you make more. So that is what this hold position take profit callback stands for. So let's check what we have on the template. On the template, it says use what? You can see it says use 0.01. 0.01. So let's go back and write 0.01. Okay, now the next one here is margin configuration, but let's do this last. Let's this come last that we are going to set up, okay? Let's set this up last, okay? Let's move to the next one. The next one is what? Buy-in callback. Buy-in callback also works the way this hold position, sorry, let me see. Buy-in callback means that it works how this, what's it called? This hold position take profit callback works. But in this case, this buy-in callback controls how it buys the margin call. I repeat, buy-in callback controls how it buys the margin call, but it is similar to how this hold position take profit callback works. So let's assume it has bought the fifth call. From the fifth call downward is a single entity. From the first buy to the fourth call is a single entity. Why is a single entity? Why? From the fifth call downward, fifth call is a single entity. I will explain more as we proceed. Sixth call, single entity. Seventh call, single entity. So when it is buying the fifth call, when there's a dip, and a retracement up small, it will quickly buy. And it is when there's a retracement of 0.0, whatever you use here. But in this case, we use 0.01%. So when there's a dip down and a small retracement, it will quickly buy. Just similar to this whole position take profit callback. But in this case, this is for buy in callback, not for take profit. So it controls how it buys those margin calls. Okay, from the first call down to the 20th call. But remember, I said the fifth call is a single entity down to the 20th call. But the first buy, first to the fourth call is a single entity. So this controls how it buys the margin calls. Now, distributed take profit allocation. Let's first of all edit this to 0.01 because that is what it says on the template. Now, let's move on to the distributed take profit allocation. Distributed take profit allocation on the template, it says what? Use 1.3%. What does this mean? It means that from the fifth call, let me open it. From the fifth call, when it is selling the fifth call as a single entity, remember I said this is a single entity. Once it starts to buy the fifth call is single, sixth call is single, seventh call is single. So let's assume it bought up down to the 10th call, and the price from this 10th call starts to reverse back up. It will have to sell this separately, give you 1.3%. Sell this separately, give you 1.3%. Sell because they are all called single entity. When it gets to the fourth call, it will not sell. It will sell everything together, 4, 3, 2, 1, and first buy as a single entity. That is the 3% for the whole position take profit ratio. But in this case, distributed take profit allocation works from the fifth call down to the last call based on the margin call limit. In this case, this is 20 margin call limit. So once it buys the fifth call, sixth call, seventh call, down to the 10th call, it didn't go further. And from the 10th call, the price starts to go back up. It will need to sell the 10th call first, give you the profit and capital, go to the 9th call, sell again, give you the profit and the capital. This is how it does. This is why it is called distributed and take profit allocation. And that is why we have 1.3%. You can put whatever you want to use there, but for we are okay with 1.3%. You can use 1.8%, but what we use here standard is 1.3%. So this is what this distributed and take profit allocation means. Now let's move on, please, to the next. Now to the next here is what stop position take profit callback. Now this works very similar to the whole position take profit callback. When there is a spike, when it's maybe if it's on its 10th call and its price starts to go up, when there's a spike above 1.3%, because it is supposed to take profit at 1.3%, and there was a pullback of 0.01%, that is when it will now sell and give you the profit. It will not sell yet if there's a spike above 1.3, which is the projected take profit. But once there is a pullback or callback, that is when it will now quickly sell and give you your profit, meaning you are going to make more than the projected 1.3% profit. So in this case, we are going to use 0.01 here because that is what is stated on the template. And then strategy period. What is the strategy period? You can see it says one shot. It says one shot. One shot means a one-time trade, meaning once you set a trade on a one-shot strategy, once it sells, it will return back your capital and profit. Then you need to enter a new trade. So one shot is a one-time trade. But you can see it is on Seku. Seku means autopilot. It will keep buying, selling, buying, selling. But what we are talking about here is one shot. So you tap on it to switch it from Seku to one shot. Now, the last here is what? Margin configuration. What? Margin configuration. Now, this is the engine. This is the engine of your settings. Why do I say so? Because that is where the distribution of your capital is being done. That is where the distribution of your capital is being done. Any slight mistake you make there will affect your trade. I repeat, any slight mistake done there will affect your trade. Now let's tap on margin configuration. You can see this is the default settings that comes with RoyoQ, but we are not to use this. We have to use it based on the template. So what do we have? Let's look at this. We have what we call margin, call drop, and what? Multiple buy-in ratio. We have what? Margin, call drop, and multiple buy-in ratio. So there are two columns there we need to impute. So let's take a look at the margin call drop and impute it based on what we have on the template. Now, going back to the template, you can see we have margin call drop and multiple buying ratio. But for the margin call drop, it says what? Use 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5, 0.2. I hope you cannot see it. So this is what we are to impute on your RoyoQ template. So on the first call, you see 0.2. On the second call, 0.5, 0.2. So you do this down to the 20th call, just how you see it on the template. I am not going to do this now because of time. So let's go back to the multiple buying ratio. Now, let's assume we are done with the margin call drop. For the multiple buying ratio, you also do the same thing. Now, this margin call drop, what does it mean? It means the percentage the price goes down to before it will trigger and buy a call drop. That is a margin call drop. Okay, so let's assume you start a trade and the price drops down. Instead of the price to go up, it drops down to 0.2 minus 0.2%. That is when the robot will trigger and buy the first call because the price has dropped down by minus 0.2%. That's what it means. Then instead of the price to go up and it drops down again by minus 0.5%, it will trigger again and buy the second call. This is how this margin call drop works. And if you check the templates, please pay attention. If you check the templates, the total margin call drop here is what? 30%, which is minus 30%. It means that by the time that coin you are trading drops down in price by minus 30%, it means that the capital you are allocating on that coin, all the capital would have been used to buy the coin. So this $333 is going to be used to buy this coin once the price goes deep by minus 30%. That is what it means. So let's go back again. Let's go back. So for the multiple buying ratio, this explains how it distributes the capital accordingly. These times you see here, what does it mean? These times you see here, but before I talk about the times, what does it say on the templates on the multiple buying ratio? This is it. Multiple buying ratio 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, 1.3. I hope you can all see it. So let's go back here and put 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, 1.3. Let me stop here. So how this works, how this multiple buying ratio works is that it works hand in hand with your first buy. And this is how it deducts your capital to buy each margin call drop. So let's assume it wants to buy the first call, which is when the price drops down by minus 0.2%. It will trigger how much capital will it use to buy the first call. That is where this multiple buy ratio comes in. It will say 0.3 multiplied by the first buy, but that is the times. 0.3 times first buy, FBA, times FBA, which is first buy amount. That is what it means. 0.3 times FBA. FBA is 20. So when you do the math, 0.3 times 20, it gives you $6. It means it will use $6 and buy the first call. When there's a drop again, for the second call, which is minus 0.5%, the price drops down by minus 0.5%, it will trigger again and buy. This time around, it will use 1.3 times the first buy. First buy is 20. 1.3 times 20 is $26. It will now deduct $26 again. This is how it will keep on deducting bit by bit, doing dollar cost averaging method for you. This is how this works. This is how this margin configuration works. That is why we say it is the engine of your settings. Is this understood, please? Before we move on to the next, which is Magic 3. Is this understood? I believe this is clear. Please, if this is well understood, please let me see a yes on the chat before we move on to the Magic 3. I just want everyone to understand this very, very well. Awesome. Okay. Now let's move on to Magic 3, please. Magic 3. Magic 3. Now, this is the default settings. We are talking about the default settings. When we are done, then we are going to look into the Bull Tactics Category 1 and Bull Tactics Category 2. But this is the default settings for the RQCMI templates. Take note. So moving on back to the templates, I'll just save this, even though I am not done yet. Let me just save this. All right. Now, let's go on to the next, which is Magic 3. Now, pay attention. Magic 3, minimum capital is what? $100. I believe you all can see it on the screen. Minimum capital is $100, meaning if you have below 100, you cannot make use of these settings. From 100 and above, you can make use of these settings. So let's assume your capital is $300. Instead of using $300 on a single trade, please split it into 3, 100 per trade. All you just need to do is to impute your capital to get your settings. But for Magic 3, it is quite different from how you slot in your capital to generate your settings. For Magic 3, it is quite different from Magic 1 and Magic 5. We'll look into Magic 5 next. But for Magic 3, you don't need to minus first buy from your capital before you slot it in on this remark column, here. So in this case, let's assume you want to make use of, let's say, $600. You have to say 600 divided by 3 will give you 200 per trade. So that is why I wrote 200 here. So if you have to use 600 and you want to allocate 200 per trade, don't minus it from the first buy, because first buy here is 15. Just impute the total capital, which is the 200 you want to allocate per trade, on this remark column. And for you to be sure you are correct, see the same thing I showed you guys, go down to your multiple buying ratio, then the total you get here is what? Your capital, which is 200, meaning you are correct. This shows that you are correct. If you want to use 300, for example, to trade Magic 3, 100 per trade, just impute 100 here. Don't need to minus, please, this is on for Magic 3. Then you confirm if you are correct. You can see here, it shows 100, meaning that I am correct. Simple. So let's leave it on the 100, meaning 100 per trade to trade 3 coins. So in this case, all you just need to do is to go to your RoyalQ templates and you impute these one after the other, just how you see it, just the way we demonstrated for the Magic 1. Simple as that. Now, this is for Magic 3. Let's move on to Magic 5. Magic 5 is the best settings to use. I will explain why I said so. Magic 5, for those who have the capital, as you can see on my screen, the minimum capital for Magic 5 is what? $520. How do you use Magic 5? It is similar to Magic 1. Let's assume you want to trade 3 coins. Let's assume you want to trade 3 coins and you have $1,600. All you need to do is to say 16 divided by 3. And it gave you what? 533. So it falls under Magic 5 because Magic 5 is from 520 and above. So meaning we are to allocate 533 per coin. So you go back to your template and you tap on this remark column, edit, and you write what? Before you write it, remember, I said Magic 5 and Magic 1 is similar. You are to minus the first buy from what you got. or from what you want to use per trade, which is 533. So when you say 533 minus first buy, which is 20, it gives you 513. So you write what? 513. And then you confirm. For us to be sure to confirm if we are right, the same thing, you go to your multiple buying ratio, you go down, and what do we have here? We have that same 533. It means that we are correct. Simple as that. Then you go to your RoyalQ template, and then you impute these settings one after the other, just how you see it on the template. Just how you see it on the template. The reason why I said this is the best settings to use is because by the time the robot buys the first call to the fourth call, 50% of your capital is already allocated on this trade. Yes, that is when it dips by minus 1.4%. When you do the math, when you calculate all this, all through, you add up them, it will give you 1.4%. So minus, when it dips by minus 1.4%, it must have bought the first to the fourth call, meaning 50% of your capital is already used to buy the first buy down to the fourth call. Remember, I said it is a single entity. It is a single entity. And when it is selling them, whatever take profit you are using, it will give you 3% or 2%, whatever take profit you are using of the 50% of your capital. That is why Magic 5 is very, very powerful. Now, this is the default settings of the RQTMI template. How does the Bull Tactics Category 1 and Bull Tactics Category 2 works? I will explain. Some of us don't really still understand the Bull Tactics Category 1 and 2. Please, there are some conditions that needs to be met when you choose to use the Bull Tactics. When you choose to use the Bull Tactics, you need to agree on some conditions. Not everyone have the patience to use the Bull Tactics Category 1 or 2. So if you don't have patience, please, you want to still see something dropping from subcells, use the default settings where you make money uptrend and downtrend. But for those who have the patience, please, you can use either Bull Tactics Category 1 or Bull Tactics Category 2. Why we brought in this strategy is that when we fully get into the bull run, we are not yet fully into the bull run. We are in the bull run, but the impact yet has not really picked up. When the impact picks up, you will see how trades will be selling so fast. Sometimes in a day, you can make 50% from a trade. Sometimes you can make 100%. That is how the bull run works. It's powerful. A lot of money to be made. So we are not seeing anything yet. So once that time comes, you can also use it now. I'm not saying you cannot use it now, but it is very, very powerful when the impact is here, when the impact picks up. So this is how it works. If you agree with me, for those who have experienced the bull run, when the bull run picks up, how this thing works is when you enter a trade, you notice that it might just pick up down to the fourth call and sell. Sometimes it will pick up the third call and then you go and sell. Sometimes it picks up sixth call down to the sixth call and go and sell. It sells so fast. So what now happens to your capital that you have reserved to buy those margin calls? Your capital is just there sitting, doing nothing, right? That is why you need to apply this bull tactics so that your money will not just be sitting there idle, doing nothing for you. So for the bull tactics category 1, the condition that needs to be met is that you are agreeing that you are not going to make money downtrend. 1, you are agreeing that when it sells, you are only going to make, when it sells, you are going to make whatever take profit percentage of your 100% capital. And you are only going to make money uptrend. Those are the 3 conditions. 1, you are making money uptrend. 2, you don't make money downtrend. And when it sells, whatever take profit you are using, let's say, for example, on that trade, you are using 3%. 3% of your total capital is what you are going to make, meaning you are making more money. So it all depends on you. Do you have the patience? If you do, And why not? You can make use of it for the bull tactics category 1. So how do we use this effectively on our settings? When you are saving your settings, you need to do this. On the first to the fourth call, for Magic 5 and Magic 1 is the same process, but Magic 3 is not the same process, which I will explain how to use it on Magic 3. But for Magic 1 and Magic 5, it is the same process. So for bull tactics category 1 on Magic 5, you are to stop the trade from buying the fourth call. You only want it to buy, you have to stop the trade from buying the fifth call. You only want it to buy the first to the fourth call. And then from the fifth call, you stop it. You change this 0.2% towards 50%. I repeat, for the bull tactics category 1, you don't want it to buy the fifth call. You only want the trade to pick the first buy down to the fourth call. But from the fifth call downward, you are not interested in buying it. So you stop the trade from buying the fifth call. And how do you stop it? You edit, when you are saving your settings, you edit the fifth call from 0.2% margin call drop to what? 50%. That is why I cancel that 0.2 and write 50. Why are we writing 50? Because in the bull run we are right now, it will be very, very difficult for a trade to go deep by minus 50%. Very, very, very impossible for a trade to go deep by minus 50%. So when you do so, you want the robot to just stop at the fourth call, then the capital to be used to buy the fifth call down to the 24th call, because Magic 5 is 24 margin call limit. We are going to use it to do manual replenishment. So that is the leftover. But how do you get the calculation to know how much to be used for the manual replenishment? Please pay attention. Very simple, but you just need to have this calculation. Now, let's move to the multiple buying ratio. Let's move to the multiple buying ratio. This is where the math is being done. You calculate from the first to the fourth call. From the first to the fourth call, which is 1.3 plus 5.1 plus 1.3 plus 5.1. That is the calculation we have to do. So let me go to my calculator. 1.3 plus 5.1 plus 1.3 plus 5.1. And it gave me what? 12.8. After getting 12.8, what is the next thing to do? You add plus 1. This plus 1 we are adding is the first buy amount, plus 1. So we'll say 12.8 plus 1. Just get this formula so that you won't write it somewhere. 12.8 plus 1, it gave me what? 13.8. Then multiply again by the first buy, which is 20. It gave me 276. 276. So it means that when this robot picks up the first buy down to the fourth call, $276 will be allocated on that coin or on that trade. That is what this means. So you are going to leave this capital there for the robot to buy the first buy down to the fourth call, but the remaining balance is what you are using to do your manual replenishment. And how do you know how much now? It is easy because we already know how much that will be used to buy the first buy down to the fourth call. So this is the amount that will be reserved for the robot to use. Then the remaining leftover is what we use to do manual replenishment or manual buy. Manual buy means you are manually adding it on that trade, adding the leftover on that trade. So you go to your calculator and do what? This, what was it? How much capital is this again? 533 minus 276. 533 minus 276 will give you 557. Simple. You use 557 for your manual replenishment. So each time you enter a trade, when it buys or picks the first buy, just go and tap on buy, tap on return rate on the coin, you tap on buy, ensure you are using market price. For iPhone users, you don't need to tap anything because by default, it is already on market price. Please pay attention. For iPhone users, when you want to do your manual replenishment or manual buy, once you tap on buy on that coin, it will open up a page. You don't need to tap on market price anymore because by default for iPhone users, it is already on market price. Just go down below the second column and write your 257 or whatever you get from your calculation and tap on sure. Once you do that, it will be added to that trade. It means that you have successfully done your manual replenishment. So once the robot picks up the first to the fourth call, your 100% capital is already allocated on that trade. And when it sells, you are going to make what? 3% or 2% or 5%, whatever take profit you are using, or 1.5% of your $533. For Android users, once you tap on buy, make sure you tap on market price. It will change color to blue, meaning it has been selected. All right, somebody is asking how to know the specific button to choose. Let me see. This is a new phone. I don't think I have my other account here that I'm trading with. Let me see. Which account is this again? Okay. Okay, let's use this for example. Now, this is it. Let's say you have a trade running. Let's say you have this trade running. It has picked up. You tap on return rates. It will bring you to this page. All you need to do is to tap on buy. Some of you will see, where is the buy? This is buy. You tap on buy. Once you tap on buy, it brings up a page. Then it shows you this page. iPhone users, it is already on market price by default. This is how you do your compounding. This is how you do your manual replenishment or manual buy. It is the same thing. Then you tap on market price. This is market price. Ensure you tap on it for Android users. It will change color. Then you now impute your capital here. And then you tap on show. That is for Android users. For iPhone users, by default, market price has been selected already. All you just need to do is to impute your capital here, and you tap on show. And you tap on show. And this is how you do your manual buy. You impute, not here, see, not here, please, not here. Not here, please. Don't get me wrong. Not here, not this column here. This is a limit sell. That column is for limit sell. If you want to place a limit sell order, that is what you sorry, a limit buy order. That is what you use it for. But we are not placing a limit buy. We are using a current price, meaning we want to buy at the current price. So you don't need that column. What you have to use is this column down. That is where you put in the right amount to use. This one is price, to put buy in price. So you don't need that. The right place to put the amounts to use for manual buy is the second one down, but you ensure you tap on market price so that that column will go off. So market price means we are using the current price, then you impute the capital on what? The second column down. You now write, what do we have? 5, what again? 257. You now write 257. And you tap on show. This is how you do your manual replenishment or manual buy. I hope it is well understood. I hope it is well understood. Now let's move on to where we stopped. Let's move on to where we stopped. Okay, now, so this is for the bull tactics category 1. This is how you calculate bull tactics category 1. For bull tactics category 2, the condition is that you are going to make money uptrend and downtrend, but to a certain level. What is the certain level? You are going to make money down to the 10th call because you want the robot to buy the first call down to the 10th call. But from the 11th call, we are stopping it from buying, and you write 50% on the 11th call. So we don't want you to buy the 11th call, but we want the robot to buy the first call down to the 10th call. So we are making money to a certain level. So the 11th call downward is what we now use to do our what? Manual replenishment. You are to do the same thing I just showed you guys. You calculate from the first call. From the first call, the multiple buying ratio, from the first call down to the 10th call, you calculate whatever you get plus 1, whatever you get multiply by first buy amount. Then whatever you get, you say 533, which is your total capital on that trade, minus what you got, it will give you the total capital you use to do your manual replenishment. Simple as that. Now, this is for Magic 5. For Magic 1, it is the same process, just the same way I explained for Magic 5. But for Magic 3, please, it is not. For Magic 3, what you are going to be using here is only Bull Tactics Category 1. Bull Tactics Category 2 will not work here. Why? Because the capital is small and the margin calls is very small. So for Magic 3, what we are to use is Bull Tactics Category 1, and we are stopping it from buying the second call, only the first call. So from the second call to the seventh call is what we use to do manual replenishment. So on this second call, we'll change this 5 to 50%. And then you calculate only the first call. For we to get the amount to be used, this is how much capital? I think this is $100 capital, yes. You see 0.7 plus 1. Let's do for the Magic 3. 0.7 plus 1. 0.7 plus 1, it gives me 1.7. 1.7 times first buy. Magic 3 first buy is 15. It gave me 25.5. $100 minus 25.5. It gave me 74.5. Forget about the 0.5 and use 74 to do your manual replenishment once it picks up the first buy. Once it picks up, whether you're using Signal or trading without analysis, once it picks up the first buy is when you do your manual replenishment. Please take note. Once it picks up, even if you miss it, maybe you didn't know when it picked up your first buy, if you're using preset price, maybe you're using Signal, it has not picked. Once you notice that it has picked and it's trading, whether it has picked your first call, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead, as long as it has not sold, go ahead and do your manual replenishment with your leftover capital. I believe this is well understood. Please, if you have questions, it's time to ask a question. Please ensure you ask question if there's anything I've said that is not clear. Please, if you want to ask question, you can raise up your digital hands and ask your question. All right, King Abdurrahman, please unmute your mic and ask a question.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Well done, sir. I really appreciate this class, and I think you have done more enlightenment to one major of my challenge. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Though
You're welcome.
I was the one that said probably to show us the point at which we are going to recruit our manual replacement, which is the buy. I know many people have found it very difficult to understand that that particular place. Anyway, you have done
Yes.
justice to that today. Now, thank you. Yeah, in the area of all these the new strategies that you brought on board that is going
Okay.
to really help most of us really understand this trade, which is the Linda ban, all that trade and the rest and the rest. In the first question, my first
Yes.
question is that this preset price that is always given on the signal. I don't think there's any ever time that we put it when they give us, but I think it only guides us when to enter a trade and see if the trade has gone up or comes down. Am I right?
Sorry, your question is
When they are
it's
giving,
not that clear.
okay,
Can you repeat?
now
Yeah, just
when
yeah.
the signal says,
Let me
when the
hear
signal says,
from you again. Just
when the
repeat the
signal
question.
says, all right, when the signal says preset price is 0.00125, and at
Mm-hmm.
that time, I think it's guiding us to know if by the time you want to enter the trade, you will see whether it has gone up or comes down. If I'm right,
Yes.
is to guide us.
Yes.
Good. Now, if in any of the, I think I have watched one of the video where it is saying that when the price has even gone up above the preset price, there's a place that we need to improve some calculation. I don't I would like you to expatiate the way we are going to calculate if the price has gotten up, as in maybe it has shoot up,
Okay.
but not getting to the final.
Okay.
I mean, it has not gotten to the
Okay.
price at which it will sell.
Okay. Okay. I totally
That's
understand
my
what
number
you
one
are saying.
question, sir. So,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
You can
Now,
ask the second question. Okay, let me
other
answer your
one
first question.
is this
Let me answer
Belinda.
your first question. Let me answer your first question, okay?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
All right, now the preset price. Remember, what our goal here is to buy low and sell high, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the preset price guides you to know if the price has gone up or down. So what you have to look out for is to check what is the current price of that coin you want to trade, that signal you want to trade. Has the current price gone above the preset price or below the preset price? But in a situation whereby the current price is above the preset price, that is when you use the preset price because it is already high. The price has already gone up. But in a situation where you find out that the current price is below the preset price, you may not need to use preset price anymore because you are getting that coin at a cheaper price, then you can just enter at the current price. But in the case where you don't have the patience to use preset price because the current price has gone above the preset price, but you still want to go on with that trade, take note that your take profit will drop down. So we have a settings we use. I'm about to drop the settings on the chat so that I will explain how to use it. We have a settings we use. If you miss the preset price or you do not want to wait, you don't have that patience to wait because it has gone far, but you still want to enter that trade to pick the trade, it's fine. It all depends on you. But take note that you are reducing the take profit because the price has already gone far. So this is a formula you have to use. Please check the chat to get the formula. I will explain how to use it. I just dropped it on the chat. Now that is the formula. Formula, if you miss the preset price using RQTMI signal, you see 100 is a fixed formula plus take profit. What is the take profit of that signal? Let's assume the take profit is 3%, right? If the take profit is 3%, you say 100 plus 3. Now let me do the math. Let me do the math. You see 100 plus 3, it gives me 103. Divide by 100. Then I'll say 103 divide by 100. And it gave me what? 1.03. I will now say 1.03 multiplied by preset price. So whatever the preset price is, if the preset price is 0.05, it means that my sell limit price, I repeat, my sell limit price is going to be 0.0515. So I'll go to that trade. And in this case, I am to tap on sell. And then when I tap on sell, please take note, you are not to tap on market price anymore. Why? Because we are using a sell limit price. This is where this column is useful or is useful. You are to write the 0. Whatever you got from the calculation, which is 0.0515, you write 0.0515 and then you tap on show. Once you tap on show, nothing happens. Why? Because it will have to wait until it gets to this price before it will now sell and leave that trade. I hope your question has been answered. King Abdurrahman,
Yes,
I hope
right.
your question has been answered.
Yes,
So please just save that. You can just screenshot that formula or copy and keep it somewhere where you can never access to.
I've done that.
All right, so you can ask your second
Yes,
question, please.
The second question is this new strategy that we need to check from the trading view. We are using top gainers strategy. Yes,
Okay.
top gainer strategy. You have shown us on how to look at our Bollinger Band, where it's crossing all the other. So I got that right. But my question is that do we still need to use that price, the amount at which we got it which is the most toughest price. I mean, the most toughest coin at that time. How does this price come in
You don't
our
need
setting,
preset
please?
price. You don't need preset price. You don't need preset price for that because you are the one that is do it yourself. Do it yourself. You are seeing it at that current price, so you have to enter at the current price. The reason why we use preset price for our signal is because for those who might not meet that signal when that signal was dropped, preset price is actually current price when we drop that signal. It is for those who don't meet that signal at that time it was dropped. That is why you have to use the preset price because the price is volatile. Price waits for no one. So it is very possible when that signal was dropped, in few minutes time, it's possible that the price can just go up or go down, whichever one. But if you are the one getting the signal yourself, just like the TGS, you don't need a preset price. Just go start your trade with the current price as soon as you have seen that it has met the condition. Please watch the video and make sure you follow instructions.
Yes,
I hope
I
it
know
is
you
clear.
have given us. Yeah, yes, you have given us the conditions, the three conditions
Yes,
that we
those
need to
conditions.
watch
Yes,
out
so
for.
you don't need preset price.
I know. My question is that you said we should take maybe set for 2 minutes and get out of it. So how do we? At what point do we instruct the robots to sell? Are you not getting my point? When
Do
when
you
I
what?
see a top when I see a top gainer coin
Mm-hmm.
at plus 29%, at plus 29%, and I've checked my parameters. I look at see that the three conditions are met, or two of the three have been met. So,
Yes.
and I want to enter that trade at that 29%. How do I set that my robot to sell when
That
it's
is
going
the what
to
position take profit.
be probably
What
yes?
position take profit? What position take profit ratio is what you have to use. Remember, what position
Oh,
take profit ratio is what controls the profit it will give you when it sells. So if you have to take 1.3%, you go there and edit the 3% to 1.3%, or whatever you have there, you edit it to 1.3. If you want to take 1.5%, you go there and take 1.5%. All depends on you. But just ensure you follow the conditions. However, we are going to talk more on this tomorrow with the RQTMI way and how you can see impute this and use the TGS together. So just be here tomorrow. We'll talk more on that, please.
all right, sir. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. God
You're
bless you.
welcome. You're welcome. All right. All right. All right. Please, do we have any question? 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 Please, for those who are asking for the recorded session, yes, we always record our Zoom sessions, and you can find that on our YouTube channel. It's just that people don't like to go there, but please, if you really want to get more value and more resources on RoyalQ and how you can trade with your boat, please don't hesitate to check our YouTube channel. We have a channel, RQTMI is the name of the channel. Just go to RQTMI channel and search for where you see the playlist. We have a lot of videos there on the playlist, and on the video session, all the session that we have been doing right from day one are all uploaded there. They are all uploaded there. As you can see on my screen, just hold on, please. Everything is there. You just have to go search for it, and then you see everything there. Okay, now this is it. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is it. So everything is here. Everything you're looking for is here. When you go, you check videos, all the sessions we've been doing are all uploaded here. And when you check on the playlist is here. We have some videos there arranged for you that are very important. You also go watch. So everything is there. You just need to find time, take your time and go and watch all those videos. I hope this is well understood. Please do so. Follow RQTMI, subscribe so that I don't miss out on any newly uploaded video on the channel. Just search for RQTMI, you find it there. All right, I can see somebody raising up their hand. Okay. Oh, wow. 3 people. Okay. King Michael, please unmute your mic and speak up. King Michael, please unmute your mic and speak up.
Yeah, good evening, Coach. And good evening,
good evening.
everybody. All right. The question I want to ask, you advise that if one has $300, he can
Yes,
use it for 3 coins instead of 1.
Yes.
If assuming one has $1,000 and they want to use it for bull tactics 1 and bull tactics 5.
No, we don't have bull tactics 1 and 5. Architect Magic 1 and 5. That's what you want to say.
Yeah, Magic 1 and 5. Yeah, Magic 1 and 5. Well,
Okay.
Magic 1 is, let's say Magic 1 is 320, then Magic 5 is 520. So, is it advisable to use for those two, Magic 1 and Magic 5? And maybe the 100, the little one that is remaining, use it for Magic 3?
Yes, please. Yes, you can. So in this case, you have to save 3 settings and you give it a name. Remember, I was explaining on the Royal QD remark. You give it a name based on the capital so that it will not confuse you. So you save for $100 settings, you save for 320 settings, and you save for 520 settings. Yes, you can do that. So it means you are trading 3 coins in total. Yes, you can do it that way. Or you use Magic 1 and trade 3 coins with the 1,000, or you do it this way you want. It's still very, very okay. Very, very okay. Yes, it's okay, please. You remember we said Magic 5 is better than all. So it's good as we are splitting it into Magic 5, Magic 3, and Magic 1. Very, very okay.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, King Sanusi, please unmute your mic and speak up. Please unmute your mic and speak up.
Good evening, Coach. Yeah,
good evening.
I really thank you for these wonderful sessions. Okay, firstly, I wanted you to like signify, because I've been checking out the videos on the YouTube. I want to get the video that explaining these three conditions before you choose a coin or something like that. I've tried to get to identify the video. I'm not being able to identify it. So I don't know if you can help me.
Okay, go here. Yeah. Go here. Just go here. Go here. Check this. Check if you want to get a better self, go and check this playlist. Yes, you check this. How to pick trades using Arcutema indicators. How to pick trades using Arcutema indicators. Just go watch the videos there. And there is another video. There's another video you can watch. It was a session we did recently. If you check the videos, check the dates. Let me see the date on that video. Hold on. Let me just quickly check. Okay, check on the 12th of May. 12th of May 2024, because every session I do, I always ensure I add a date. I add a date to that. Just take a look at dates here on the video. When you check, you find a session with the date on 12th of May 2024. It's a technical session. So check it up and add it to this playlist. Watch everything. I am telling you, there is no way you will not understand how to pick trades yourself. Everything you need is there. Everything you need is there. I hope it is clear.
Okay, yeah. It's clear. And secondly,
and then you need a script. You need a script. Request for the script. You need a script. When picking the signals, we have a script that you have to go through, and it will guide you on how to take your profits, where to take your profits from, and all that. So please request for the script if you do not have access to the script on the chat.
All right, thank you. And again, secondly, please, which application do you use to make downloads on YouTube? I'm having some difficulties. I used to have my previous.
It's very easy. It's very easy. If you want to download a video, just what's the name of this site? Save me something. I'm coming. I'll drop a link for you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll drop a link. I'll drop a link for you on the chat. Just get that link, save. Just check out the link. I'll drop it on the group, on the chat. I mean, on the Zoom chat. Once you open the link, you paste in the YouTube link there, and tap on download. But ensure you are using your computer. You can also use your mobile phone, but better off use a computer. But you can also use your mobile phone. So I just dropped the link. Use the link to download videos from YouTube. I hope it's clear.
All right. Yes, and finally, please, I want to get something. This V2, V3 of a this ranks that we have in Royal Q. What I just got to understand from you, since people have been into this business for a long time, is for you to just get like 3 serious people under you, then try to build them so that they can increase your whatever. Because after you finish registering these 3 or maximum 5, you don't need to register any people under you again. Just try to build those people that are below you. Then you can just make an agreement like you explained. So did I get that right?
Okay, please, if you really want to learn more about team building, it is I repeat, very, very important. You go to the channel, RQTMI channel, and you watch this playlist. See, I just marked it. RQTMI team building. It will help you to become a V2 in less than 40 days. I repeat, in less than 14 days. Majority of us made a very big mistake. Majority of us made a very big mistake. What was the mistake? We were not arranging people the right way. We were not arranging people the right way. So it is the mistake that we made that was corrected. Our top leaders like Dr. Joy Money, Dida OBM, Coach Nnamdi, Mr. James Emakara, all of them showed their strategies they used on how they got to their rank. So please ensure you watch it. And when you open it, you also get the last video there that explains how the affiliate reward works. How the affiliate reward works. So it will explain everything there. Look at it. The last video here, how the reward is being distributed. So everything here, there are 4 videos. I'll be 5 videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go there and watch, but please, not 3. Always try to make it 5 directly under you. Then you build those 5 under you. But make sure you get 5 directly under you, not 3, so that you will arrange them the way you are supposed to do, not 3, but 5. But go watch the videos. It will explain more and you get it better.
All right. Thank you very much. That's all.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. All right. Time is no longer on our side. So let's take, I think I can still see more people raising up their hands. We're going to end the session by 10:30. So please just make it snappy and ask your question. The next person is Inke Renye. Please unmute your mic and speak up. Please make it snappy and ask your question.
Hello, Coach.
Yes, good evening.
Hi, Coach.
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, my question is very small.
Okay.
I heard you when you're talking about Magic 1 and Magic 5. The first buying amount was 320 and 520. And today I hear you talking about 333 and 533. I would like you to just to explain on that, or just because I
no. It
late.
Depends on your capital. You came in late. Okay. You came in late. What I would advise you to do is just stay back and expect the recorded session. I'm going to upload it tonight and make sure I share it across all the groups. So just wait for this recorded session. Go watch it over and over again. Don't worry. I took my time to break it down. Okay. I believe you should understand when you watch. But if you still don't understand anything, please come back same time, same place tomorrow and ask your question. I hope that was clear.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, the next person is iPhone. That's what I can see here. Please unmute your mic and speak up. iPhone, if you can hear me, please unmute your mic. Yes, good evening.
My name is Olatunji Olalekon. Thank you very much, Coach, for your explanation. Is it possible to start with the sum of the $200? Because you made mention of 3
for trading.
I don't understand. $200 and for trading and how to split the money.
No. You don't need to worry yourself too much. If you want to use 200, just 200 for 2 coins is okay. 100. The reason why I am using 333, it was because of the capital. I just divided by 3, just to be able to distribute the capital accordingly. Please take note, your money must work for you. So we don't want to leave a dime just sitting there idle. So that is why I said 333. I don't want to leave $1 sitting there doing nothing. But if you have 200 round figure, just make it 100, 100. If you have 205, 205 divided by 2, whatever you get, that's what you use. Exactly. Just for you to make sure everything is exactly. I hope it's clear.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's very, very clear. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, Benjamin, Benjamin, please unmute your mic and speak up. Please make it snappy. Make it snappy.
Yeah, good evening, Coach.
All right, good evening.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is about what iPhone just said now, because like if your capital is like 200, how many coins do you need to trade? Is it 2? Like it,
2.
Okay.
Magic 3, 100, 100 with Magic 3. But if you want to enjoy Magic 3, just use Bull Tactics Category 1. Just use Bull Tactics and remain patient because your capital is small. But if you can be patient, you make. I know somebody who made over $60-something with $100 using Magic 3, Bull Tactics Category 1.
Oh, okay.
So just make use of Magic 3 and be patient and use Bull Tactics Category 1, and you can be compounding your profit. Please take note. Some of us will be saying, how do I compound? And you are doing Bull Tactics. Now, if you want to do Bull Tactics and you want to compound, when you are doing your manual replenishment, you add up the profit that was being made on your previous trade or the total profit you've made. Let's assume you've traded twice and you made $10, for example, and your third trade, you want to do manual replenishment after it has peaked with your leftover capital, and your manual replenishment is $100. All you need to do is just to say 100 plus 10, and you use 110 to do your manual replenishment, meaning you are adding an extra $10 so that you make more profit when it sells. That is how you do compounding. Also, same thing to whether you are using default settings. Once your robot picks up, just go and do your manual buy with your total profit you want to use for your compounding. See the same process. It is still the same process of manual replenishment. I hope that is clear.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, the next person is King Michael. Please, King Michael, unmute your mic and speak up.
Yes, thank you, Coach. Thank you very much. I think the second question I wanted to ask has been answered, which is this compounding you just mentioned now.
Oh, okay. But I hope it's understood.
Yeah, it has been well understood. But the first one is, when I watched the video of how to set up your trading view.
Okay.
Download your trading view and set up your. I saw that Coach Salisu started by, changing. There's some figures he changed. Something he changed to BTC stroke USDT, and I discovered that my own did not read like that. I didn't change that. I didn't do that change. So I don't know if it's the same thing.
Okay, don't worry. Tomorrow, please, can you just ask this question tomorrow? Then we can also share your screen so that we can get you clearer. And we will guide you on what you're not doing wrong.
Okay.
On what you're not doing right, I mean. All right.
It's all right.
All right, okay. Okay, the last person is King Abdurrahman. Please unmute your mic and speak up. King Abdurrahman, please unmute your mic and speak up. You are the last person. I'll take this last question. All right.
No, thank you very much. It's not a question, it's just on understanding. My Apple laptop, I don't know, I just log on it for the first time via RareQ app. I logged it on the Apple laptop, but I cannot see any of my trades the way I used to see it on my phone. So is there any configuration that I need to set so that I can see my strategy, my sample, and the rest of it? So probably you can share me an idea on how to get that.
You said your Apple laptop is what?
my Apple laptop, I log on for the first time my Royal Q app.
Okay.
Do you understand? So
yes,
the way I used to see it on my phone, where I will have my home, my strategy, my business. So I couldn't see it on that thing. So I could not even see all I'm doing. I just have to shut
please,
it down.
the interface for the web version
Yes.
for RoyoQ is totally different.
Yes, that's
The
the challenge.
interface is totally different. I'll just advise you to stick with the mobile app so that you won't get yourself confused because it's totally different. So why not stick with the mobile app? Because even if I want to show you, you may need to share your screen, and we cannot do that now because time is no longer on our side.
How can I get you privately? I've been looking for your name on the group. I don't see.
Coach Mo, just look for Coach Mo.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
God bless you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for listening. I believe majority learned a lot tonight. So please, like I said, the recorded session is going to be shared along or across all the groups. So watch out for it so that you can watch over and over again so that you understand everything for those who came in late. So thank you once more, and bye-bye from this side.